Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another episode of I Like Trains. We all know I do. So today we are going to be going through our first ERTL unboxing and review, and it is going to be none other than the Flying Scotsman itself from the Thomas&friends range from the ERTL. Now, I know it's going to be a lot of heartbreak for some considering how rare this model is. Believe me, it's a little bit heartbreaking for me as well, realistically, to unbox this, and I was in two minds really whether I actually wanted to or not. But as we go into the review, you'll see why. I'm a stickler for packaging. There is some damage to the packaging. I want it pristine, so I will be on the lookout for another one of this in perfect condition at some point. I'm probably going to pay a lot more than what I did for this. This was a bargain at £25, and that's including postage. So do you know what? I thought, for the sake of that amount, it would be nice to have one boxed and unboxed, so this will make a really nice video just to unbox. We'll have a review in detail of the die-cast model inside, and of course we'll go through a bit of history of the Thomasthetankengine Flying Scotsman version. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. So yeah guys, there is the Flying Scotsman here in the Thomas&friends ERTL packaging. So it was released in 2001 until 2004, and I believe it is a UK exclusive, unfortunately, to anyone else there in the rest of the world watching right now. It's a collector's card number 71, and of course it is made of die cast. Now, as you can quite clearly see, it is Gordon pretty much painted green. Now, due to this, it only has one tender. Unlike the bases, of course, if you watch the episode Tender Engines in the original Railway series made by Britt Allcroft, then of course you can actually see the Flying Scotsman's back end sticking out of a shed, and of course it does have two tenders there, which of course Gordon does get jealous of, and I believe Henry gets quite jealous of, hence why he has about 7 or 8 tenders at the end of that episode. But due to this, obviously it would make it quite difficult for it to go around the track or the curves or anything, so they have only given it one tender, and the tender is connected to the body as well. But yeah, I mean, the Flying Scotsman, I mean, it's been quite prevalent in the Railway series. I mean, it first aired in Enterprise and Engines written by Reverend W. Audrey, and that was originally aired on the 4th of October 1968, and you can actually see the book there. It's a reprint at the back from the original Thomasthetankengine series. But I think what we're going to do is we're just going to unbox this, and of course we're just going to have a quick closer look in detail. So here guys, there is the Flying Scotsman ERTL model. As you can quite rightly see, originally obviously you would have had a number card here, and of course it would have had the actual engine coming down the line there, obviously in the countryside. But this is obviously in the later tenure of ERTL, when they still had the franchise for Thomasthetankengine before they got bought out as a company. Yeah, I think the packaging, obviously it's never going to be as good as what the original packaging was. Of course, obviously with the box art and everything, the card art there at the back. Obviously you've just got the plain Thomas&friends logo there, the Flying Scotsman numbered, and of course there an ERTL and Gullen at the bottom. But it's okay for what it is. I don't know if you can see what I mean there, but of course that's what I meant when I said I want a perfect card, and of course it all being creased there in the corners, and of course there is really sort of a bit of damage to all corners here, so hence why I wanted a perfect card. It is still nice though, I have to say. The face you can quite clearly see is Gordon there without even me unboxing this at the moment. LNER 4472, the actual number. It's okay. If we turn it over at the back, of course, there's no collector's card there at the back that kids could originally cut out and of course just stick on their wall for the collector's card. There's nothing there at all, so it's just Thomasthetankengine and Friends, a Britt Allcroft company production, and this was produced in 2002, so it's in between the 2001 and the 2004 that I originally said. But other than that, there's literally nothing there at all. It is a very basic car back in terms of how car backs go. So I think what we're going to do is we're obviously just going to get it unboxed and then we'll look forward. So yeah, here's the Flying Scotsman. So I think what we're going to do is, I don't even know if I'm even going to bother cutting this, because I'm not going to keep the card. Do you know what? I'm going to put the scissors down. I think we're just going to go straight in for it right now. It sort of breaks my heart a little bit opening this, I'm not going to lie. There's the Flying Scotsman out of the packaging. So yeah, there it is out of the packaging straight away. The first look, I have to say, is very, very nice. The colour really does sort of pop, doesn't it, with this model? Of course, obviously, if we're trying to get the face to focus, there it is. That is clearly Gordon. We can all see that's Gordon. There's no denying it. They're not trying to paint this up to be something it's not. I don't think there are, anyway. I generally feel they know it's a Gordon model. I wish I had a Gordon there to put up close, so obviously you can see what I mean by that, but it's still a really quite a nice model, isn't it? I mean, yeah, Iowa, USA, made in China. I mean, I do think the face is very good. I mean, even though it's a Gordon face, the face is very, very nice. Yeah, I think that's very nice. The colours are nice colour scheme as well. Obviously, we all know the Flying Scotsman to be a nice darker green than what it is, but of course, obviously, it's a cartoon at the end of the day, and of course, it's obviously going to be a bit brightened up for the Railway series. It's always going to be. So yeah, I think what we'll do is obviously we'll go in for a little closer view. Yeah, I will say first of all, I mean, I think that's just one thing I want to focus on, the face. I mean, you can quite clearly see this has been a Gordon model originally, obviously painted green, but the face is still a nice detail. And bearing in mind as well, he's meant to be Gordon's brother, so I don't actually generally feel there's anything wrong with this at all. Of course, they were meant to have both have known each other in the series as well. And yeah, I mean, considering, like I say, he's Gordon's brother, I think they've done a really good job in the face. But let's look at the rest of the model. But yeah, like I said, in terms of the colouring, I think the colouring is generally quite nice. I think it's done to a really nice finish with the white lining here, and obviously the colour of the coupling rods. You've got the white lining around the tender with the LNER logo there. The wheels are nice green. Obviously, this isn't the sort of green that we're used to with the Flying Scotsman. It's going to be a nice sort of olive green, and this is quite a bright green. But you've got to bear in mind this is trying to resemble the Railway series, and I think it does quite a good job at that. I mean, obviously, the Thomasthetankengine series itself, TV series, did sort of portray it to be a little bit lighter than what it would have been in real life. The Railway series did a better job than trying to be realistic. But I think this is actually quite a nice model for what it is. Obviously, we'll just go for an aerial view. Aerial view wise, I think it's quite nice again as well. Like I said, the white lining I think looks quite nice on the model itself. I think the actual coal obviously looks quite fake, but then again, of course, this is a die-cast model, it's always going to be. The couplings and the buffers I think actually look quite nice considering what they are. And bear in mind, this is the old style buffers where obviously it was just a clip, whereas of course they did originally change that up in the end, ERTL, which is to my taste personally. I prefer these sort of buffers. I think they look more realistic. But yeah, I think it looks overall, it looks quite good aerial wise. But there you go, guys, that has been our ERTL Flying Scotsman review. I really hope you've enjoyed this little unboxing and review. It's probably not one you're going to come across very often, because not many people have got the balls to maybe unbox this one like me. I might be having slight regrets about unboxing this, but I am going to get one in pristine condition one day. And do you know what? I did want one loose, so I'm really glad I've got one loose for the collection. Yeah, I think overall it's a nice model, and then you've got to bear in mind it was on later years for the ERTL series, so really they sort of were on their last legs before they decided that they weren't going to do these models anymore, and the company originally got bought out. So yeah, I think it's quite nice. Depiction could be a little bit better. I think the coloration, I think personally, that's the only criticism I have about this model, is that it could be a nice darker colour, maybe sort of an olive green, sort of in between the colour it is now and an olive green. I think would have been perfect for the model. But other than that, I don't think it's too bad. I just think the coloration sort of is a bit jarring in terms of the actual logo itself. But overall, I think they've done a really nice job in terms of the paintwork, the lining. I think obviously the coupling rods I think look quite nice in terms of the cream. But yeah, I just think the colouring puts it off. But other than that, that has been the unboxing of the ERTL Flying Scotsman. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please consider subscribing. Give us a like. Comment down below if you own this model. Comment down below if you think I'm mad for even unboxing it, considering it's a little bit of a rare one. Other than that, there is going to be plenty more content to come. I really hope you like trains just like me, and I shall see you in the next one. Thanks guys.